From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordeau, and this is your News 8 Daily for Wednesday, April 14th. It is really a chilly start this morning. In some places, northern Indiana, there's frost alerts. You might need that scraper, but the good news is we have sunny skies today. The temps are going to lift. We're going to get to the highs near 60 degrees, and it's going to be a much nicer day ahead.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
New on daybreak, gunfire overnight leaves a man critically wounded and prompts a search for the shooter. Police say it happened at around 11:20 last night at the Shell gas station on 34th and Emerson. Investigators tell us that someone approached the man in his car and fired. Police say the wounded man then drove off and crashed into a wall. Officers say they used a drone and dogs to search for the shooter, but no success as of the most recent update this morning. No word yet on what prompted the gunfire either. Also new on daybreak, state police say a man is in the hospital after a police shooting in Clay County involving the driver of a stolen U-Haul that hit 4 police cars and launched a trooper into the air. According to state police, just before 6 yesterday evening, officers spotted a stolen U-Haul near state roads 59 and 42. It then went into a private drive and a passenger got out. After negotiations with the driver, police say the U-Haul hit 3 Clay County patrol cars, then later struck a state police vehicle, throwing the trooper into the air. That's when police say the other officers opened fire. Police say the man was flown to a hospital in Indianapolis, but there's no word yet on his condition or an arrest. Officers say the injured trooper will recover. An overhaul of property taxes in Indiana is now the law. Governor Mike Braun signed the bill yesterday. News 8's government reporter, Garrett Berquist, digs into the details of how it works and why it's likely to lead to a different tax increase.
The bill relies on tax credits to save you money rather than changes to the rates you pay. Economists and local government experts tell me this is going to depend on your individual situation. Governor Mike Braun's signature this afternoon concludes the top issue lawmakers have faced this session.
If you own a home, your property taxes are going to go down $300, at least at the most $300. And, that's significant.
Homeowners could claim a credit of up to 10% of their total property tax bill to a maximum of $300. That's after you've taken care of all other deductions. Fixed income seniors can claim an additional $150, while disabled veterans can claim an extra $250.
If it's the average that is the mean, then that's maybe $300, probably closer to $200. If you look at the average, it's the median, which is the middle homeowner, that 50th person out of 100, it's probably going to be under $100. And the reason for that is the savings are going to accrue to higher income households.
The wild card is how much your local officials raise local income tax rates, if at all. The bill lowers the maximum local income tax rate to 2.9%. State records show all but 3 counties are below that rate, so they have room to raise it. Helmke says he can almost guarantee they will.
If you're a younger working couple, if they raise your income taxes, you could well be paying a lot more than the $300 you're savings.
At last month's property tax protest, some Hamilton County homeowners told me their bills jumped by $2,000 to $3,000 over the past 4 years. Hicks says not every place in Indiana saw the same property tax hikes, and not every place will see the same benefits from the bill. That's because the measure also expands exemptions to Indiana's business personal property tax.
There are other households that are located in a big manufacturing town or a place that has a lot of businesses, large businesses, and they're going to really face stiff well over offsetting income tax increases as part of this legislation.
I encourage people, look closely at what your property tax bill is now, try to understand how that's calculated, and look closely at what you're paying in state and local income taxes now, because those are the moving parts.
And keep in mind, the property tax bill takes effect for the taxes you pay next year. It will not change your bill for this year. I'm Garrett Bergquist for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Governor Braun has also signed an order expanding a disaster emergency declaration to help recover from the severe storms, tornadoes, and flooding that happened earlier this month. The original order included 18 counties, most of them along the southern edge of the state, and some other scattered pockets. The expanded declaration covers 35 counties, adding more along the Ohio, most of the counties along the northern state line, and several in central Indiana, adding Hendricks, Hancock, Morgan, Shelby, and more. The declaration says the Department of Homeland Security and other state agencies will provide emergency services and resources to these areas. Happening today at the State House, lawmakers will take votes on several key bills. The House is set to consider changes to a bill to require sheriffs to notify ICE if they have probable cause to believe a person in their custody is in the U.S. illegally. Also, the state Senate is scheduled to vote on whether to go along with House amendments to a bill adding work requirements for people on Medicaid. Lawmakers will either send those bills to the governor or to conference committees to work out the differences between the House and Senate versions. Happening today, Congressman Andre Carson is hosting a webinar to help local immigrants. News 8's Brittany Noble explains that this is in response to the Trump administration's actions on immigration.
In a message on X, Carson said President Trump is creating chaos and confusion in the immigrant community. The congressman will host a webinar from 6 till 8 tonight. This is where he'll discuss the executive order and the impact on people in Indiana. Also expect presentations on guardianship, public assistance, and financial issues. Carson says he wants to be able to communicate with as many people as possible. That's why multiple languages will be available, including Spanish and Haitian Creole. There is still time to register for tonight's webinar on Zoom with Congressman Andre Carson. We have all the details you need on our website, wishtv.com. I'm Brittany Noble for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Governor Mike Braun has signed 9 new executive orders that he says will improve the state's overall health. He revealed the initiatives alongside Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and the head of Medicare Services, Dr. Mehmet Oz. IT Mate's Cody Fisher was there.
We're focused on root causes.
Governor Braun says one of the root causes for poor health is bad nutrition. On the SNAP side of things, people getting assistance won't be able to use it to buy candy or sugary drinks.
More SNAP money is spent on sugar drinks and candy than on fruits and vegetables. That changes today.
The most recent statistics from the U.S. Department of Agriculture show SNAP households nationwide used 2.1% of their aid on candy and 9.3% on sweetened drinks for a total of 11.4%, while they used 11.7% of their benefits on fruits and vegetables. One of Governor Braun's executive orders is targeting Medicaid by addressing improper payments. He says roughly 18% of the state's improper payments were because of errors in someone's eligibility status.
Today, we're taking action to make sure everyone on Medicaid is eligible for it in the first place.
We will not comply to fascism.
This was the scene outside of the press conference. Protesters making their voices heard to the people inside. One protester's focus was on maternal mortality rates in Indiana. According to the CDC, Indiana has one of the worst rates in the country, with 31 deaths for every 100,000 births.
We need investment over time to improve that, and so that moms and babies in Indiana have the same options that they have in every other state.
I asked Governor Braun how his executive orders will address Indiana's maternal mortality rate.
Every one of these executive orders is about changing the underlying issues that we've all got control over. So each one of them will play into that. If we get it right, we'll see those statistics go the other way.
At the press conference, U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, RFK Jr., applauded Governor Braun for his executive orders.
We have to figure out new ways to make America, to allow Americans to take responsibility and agency for their own health. And we also need to we need to change our food system in this country so that we start giving our kids foods that are going to actually make them healthy.
For ITV, I'm Cody Fisher for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
Court records show a woman is charged with bringing a gun to a Decatur Township school and is scheduled for an initial hearing tomorrow. News 8's Danielle Zukowski breaks down the case and what the suspect claims her child was being taught.
Carrie Rivers is facing a felony charge for bringing that gun to school and a misdemeanor for harassing her child's teacher, according to charging documents obtained by News 8.
The charging documents said Rivers brought a handgun to Valley Mills Elementary School on Wednesday, April 9th. It came after she withdrew her daughter from the school to homeschool her after she says the teacher discussed same-sex relationships. River also claims the teacher's wife came to the classroom and they kissed in front of the students. Rivers told police she did not mean to bring the gun to the school. It was returned to her and she left. After that, Rivers sent 2 messages to her daughter's former teacher. She sent the first message on the school's messaging app. That said in part, messed with the wrong family. I'll tell you that, so please say your prayers and kiss your kids goodbye and goodnight. Never know when God says it's our time, so always be prepared. She also got a Facebook message from an account with Rivers' maiden name. It says in part, you should never tell precious innocent kids that it's okay to be in same-sex relationships. You should never be kissing your wife in front of your students or push your beliefs on our children. The teacher told law enforcement she feared for her safety.
Online court records state Rivers posted bond of $500 on April 12th. We've reached out to the school district, but have not heard back. I'm Danielle Zolkowski for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook for updates.
It's Tic-Tac-Toe! And now, here's our host, Wink Martindale! Thank you, Bob.
One of the most famed names of television's game show heyday has died. Wink Martindale was best known for Tic-Tac-Toe, but produced and hosted several other hits, too, from the 1960s through the 1990s. He started as a radio DJ in Tennessee, where he became an early friend and ally of Elvis Presley and was one of the first to interview him on TV. His game show career got a jump start with Gambit and included High Rollers, too. His publicist says Martindale died yesterday in California after a battle with lymphoma. Wink Martindale was 91 years old. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.